Hey, it's the cop. And here, getting my exercise. Even though I'm pushing through the migraine. But it's sunny and nice outside today. So I figured, as I always do, y'all know, every opportunity I have to take advantage of the beautiful sun. I always take that. I take that opportunity to get out here and get some exercise. It's windy, but it's a nice sunny day. It's been busy in the beef sector. On yesterday, I think it was. Yesterday, when Rob had his court here, and as everybody know by now, he pled no contest, if I'm not mistaken. But in the eyes of a court, when you plead no contest, that's basically saying that you're guilty. So therefore, he's guilty on the charges that was brought before him on him. Let's see. I think he have no bail because he broke his probation. And let's see. And like I told in my last video about him, it's not when you get the ankle monitor on you, you don't start probation then. You start probation when the judge announces that he's going to put you on probation. So that knocked that out the water, but I had already said that. Let's see, the next thing he had was a felony. Sorry, it's windy out here. The felony that he had, the threats and threatening to do grave bodily injury to a police officer, the one that he called out his name and badge number. With that one, and see, we can't be sure that the threats that he made to Beefing 313 was included with that charge of threatening to do grave bodily injury. It could possibly, and just my opinion, is that that's the charge of him threatening to do bodily injury to a law enforcement officer. So, as I said again in my last video, we'll be arrested because of being from the threats that he made towards law enforcement officer. Let's see. I'm not mistaken. I'm always going to say I'm not mistaken. I forget things. So, if I'm not mistaken, they did drop the resisting. And something else happened. They dropped that. So that was dropped. And then he had had a felon carrying a weapon, and he got, I think they gave him 3 years, but they gave him probation instead of serving 3 years. And then he turned around, not even 12 hours later, he got arrested again. So therefore, anytime you put on probation and you have impact and activity. Thought he had another felony, and I can't remember what the other one was from this time. So then we're going to J. Don, Judge J. Don's court hearing. That was today, which by now everybody, or almost everybody, should know what the verdict of her hearing was, which was about her putting up the nude pictures, explicit pictures of Bambi. And what came out of her court was that she was put on probation. I think they said a year. And with that probation, there's certain requirements, just like it was with Rob. She can't get into anything else, criminal activities. She had to take down 2 URLs, which I'm thinking it was probably pictures that her ex had as evidence. So she got probation. Oh, she has to do 50 hours of community service. But because she's not in the same state, she can't do community service in one state and she lives in another. So the best thing the judge came up with was to make her pay for the community service that she can't do, which is $10 an hour of those 50 hours. So that's $500 that she has to pay to the court. And then she have fines that added up to $464. So you add those two together. So it's $500 and then $464. What else does she have to do? Oh, she has to stay away from Bambi. I'm not sure, but I thought I heard somebody say that Bambi was able to get her restraining order or protective order. Depends on the state what they have. If they issues protective orders or restraining orders. And then she has to write a letter apologizing to Bambi. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard someone say that she has to read it on YouTube. Let's see, what else was it? But the main thing is she can't, just like with Rob, she can't get into any more trouble when you're on probation. And she probably have to report to a probation officer. Possibly, because sometimes they have no no contact, not no contact. Uh, you have some people have the probation where they have to go and check in every month, and then there are some courts that will give you no checking in every month. So I'm not sure which one she have, and both of those are still probation, whether you have to check in every month or not. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that is it for her. But she's on a year probation, so she got to keep her nose clean for a year until she get off of probation. Hopefully, she's learned her lesson. You never know about people who Rob didn't learn his, so hopefully she's smart enough to do that. And there were letters that people had wrote to the court. I think it was Intrinsic, S. Hutchinson, and Benzo. I said Benzo, but it's Benzone. Um, and they have every right to write letters if someone is harassing, stalking, putting your private nudes, talking about your kids, calling them names and all that kind of stuff. They have every right to write a letter to the judge. And there's nothing wrong with that. Some people, I don't get these people. I don't get it. Calling people cop callers, saying people snitching, thinking that people don't have the right to send a letter to the court when somebody that has caused issues in their life, caused them stress. It's not, and it's definitely not like they called the police. They just wrote a letter to really let everybody know. Well, not everybody, let the judge know that the person, this is not the first time that this particular person has did what they have done. So there's nothing about cop calling or snitching about that. Like I said, I don't get these people, these grown people. If you want to call somebody a cop caller or a snitch or whatever, you know, have taken that time to tell that person to leave whoever it is alone. Don't do what they're doing. Advising them that you can possibly end up in a civil suit, a criminal suit, a criminal case. And I know a lot of people did try to talk to Jay Dunn, but grown people do what they want to do. Some people don't take advice, won't take advice. think about things that they're doing. And calling somebody's child retarded is offensive and inappropriate. Sorry about that. It's windy out here. So at some point in time, these people need to grow up and start acting their age. Start being an adult, a productive adult at that. Because it doesn't do you any good. All it does is get you in trouble. And this stuff on YouTube never goes away. These videos don't go away. Now you have a record, and it's not a very good record because it's not gonna go away. It's gonna stay on your record. Any employer or anybody else will be able to pull that up and see that you was charged with cyberbullying. I say it like this: actual cyberbullying and harassment. So y'all need to think about what y'all be on this YouTube doing. It's not smart at all. And the thing is, you may have been bullying and harassing people for years and years on here. But your day will come around. It'll come around when you meet somebody, when you run into the one, that one that's not going to tolerate or put up with your antics. It's not going to tolerate or put up with you harassing and bullying them online or offline. Online is much better because that person or those people are not able to put hands on you because they're probably 1,000 miles away. And that's a good thing about it being online. But then on the other hand, if you're sloppy and you think you'll never get caught because you've done it for years, bullying people and harassing people, your day will come around when that one person, that's not going to tolerate it, put up with it, will just be keeping notes and keeping videos and doing certain things that they won't put up with that. They're not going to tolerate it, and that will be the person that goes to the court and file paperwork on you. And where other people, it may not stick, but this time it's stuck. And so you have to pay the costs. You have to face those consequences. Now, look at you. People end up with criminal records behind YouTube. Let's see what else is. Lady Snoop read Intrinsic. Well, she was going to read Intrinsic's letter on her platform. Uh, she got it, had received the letter, but Intrinsic came in to on her panel and wanted to read her own letter, and she did that. She read her letter, and Lady Snoop, she got pissed off and bumped her off her panel. And then Intrinsic went live herself and told what she wanted to tell, telling her own story. And then they went to Hutchinson's channel, and Hutchinson and Intrinsic talked about who wrote letters and what the letter said, and Hutchinson read her letter, and basically that's what happened with Jay Dunn. And I just hope she learned her lesson and don't which never was a good idea to have dated someone or had a romantic relationship with someone, and then when you break up or get mad, you put their nude photos on your community wall. Because if it's on your community wall, it's on you. It's on the social media forever. But as they say, soft head make a hard, but no, what is this? They're saying hard head make a soft ass. There you go. What that means is you play hard headed and won't listen to nobody, you end up having to pay the consequences for it. So I hope Jay Dunn is on here. She'll mind her business and leave these people, leave these women alone, and go on with her life, and not to be messing with Shelly. And I said, messing with as Hutchinson, just leave her alone. Not making comments about it, not going to chat, and her having to be in somebody's chat. You put stuff in the chat. Just let bygones be bygones. Let it go. I don't know about let's see what else is going on. That's all I know of. I didn't see anybody else videos today. Like I said, I'm out here trying to get my exercise in today. They said it was nice outside, but it's windy as hell. And I thought if I go ahead and come on and get my exercise in, that I won't have to worry about maybe my migraine I had would go away. It's definitely a nice day. Let's see. Oh, before I forget, because I am forgetful. Um, I just want to say I hope you all come to tomorrow is the Lesbian, the beef sector Lesbian panel. And this a name I stole from Jay Wilson, since he likes to call lesbian women lesbians. So I thought that was cute. And we're going to have a panel. Well, we had, I think we, at the beginning, I think we had like nine women in all. But I think 7 were lesbian women, and we have 2 straight women on the panel. So it's myself, Joyce, Jules, TC, HBCU. She's on it, but she won't be on tomorrow's panel because I think she's traveling, busy, and can't do it tomorrow. But she said she'll catch us next Thursday. Let's see who else. I can't think of anybody else. I still, this heat, I still haven't heard from her, so I'm counting her out since she have not tried to make contact with me about being on the panel, which is, that's fine. End zone, she worked at night, so I don't think she'll be able to, because she'll probably be asleep at the time. And the panel is going to be tomorrow. It's on Thursdays, every Thursday. And we start at 7 o'clock and we end at 8:30. So, and the 2 straight women I forgot to say is RNYTV and Black Opal Swan. And if anybody else wants to join the panel, you can either contact me or you can contact 59 Beauty Plus. I think it's 59 Beauty Plus Joyce. You can contact her. So you can email either one of us, or if you see us in the chat, you can just let us know you would like to join the panel. If you want to be one of the panel members, if you're lesbian or straight woman or a bisexual woman, either one. So I'm just hoping to get enough women that it'll be fun and informative to those that don't know. Or I always have had questions about lesbian women, bisexual women, or even straight women. And we have the straight women on the panel so that they can have another perspective of things, whether they're straight, bisexual women, or straight, doesn't matter. So if you know of anybody, just point them my way, and we'll try to get them on the panel. And I'm praying that my internet service do not mess up. That'd be awful for me. So I guess I will. Let me see. Did I miss anything to talk about? Oh, VS is still doing her thing. Whether you like it or not, she's here. And as long as she want to be here, I guess she will be here. If she chooses to leave, then she chooses to leave. Let's see. I heard I heard a piece of I think that was it Pennywise or that SLVT TV or whatever. I don't know the initials exactly, but that particular one did one of her videos, and I finally heard where they had said that Brianna, I think it was Gris, Pizarro, Yaya, and I don't know if it was someone else on the panel, and then it was talking about VS and whatever stuff she done to them or whatever, but and they was talking about her messing with Bree, but then Bree dropped down in the on the panel and said she wasn't in the chat at all, but she dropped down on the panel of Pizarro and said, asked them to stop it, basically. Putting it in my words, to stop, to leave it alone, let it alone, leave it alone. She just don't want no part of that, because she don't want people are calling the cops, whether on VS or whoever. She didn't want any part of that, because she didn't want her name in it, because it's not her doing, and she don't roll like that. So she's asking them to leave it alone, let her handle her own. And Gris looked like being emotional, all because VS questioned Bree. But like Bree said, and Bree is right, because everybody's going to say the same thing. No one forced her to drop down to get on VS's panel and answer those questions. Like she said, she's a grown woman. She's not a little child. She's not an 18-year-old. She's a grown woman. If she didn't want to get on that panel and face VS and answer her questions and be somewhat interrogated, she didn't have to. She didn't have to show up, but she did. And that was her choice. So, well, y'all may want to say, y'all don't want to see y'all friend being done like that. Brianna's grown. And I think Brianna did the right thing. Like Brianna said, all of them are behind a black screen. No one knows what they look like. No one has, any information like they do on her. So while they're doing what they're doing, all it's doing is making it bad for Brianna because she shows her face. People know information about her real life. So when you do that, you're making it worse for her. You're making it bad for her. And she don't want that. So she did the right thing by just stepping up, telling y'all to let it go. Leave it alone. She's grown. She can handle herself. She didn't have to get on the panel if she didn't want to. She didn't have to answer any questions if she didn't want to. She had every right to decline, but she did not. So, about Brianna, let's see what else. Bruce was getting a little outraged about it because she says she loved Brianna from the top of her head to the bottom of her feet, every inch of her. So, but Brianna still wasn't having it. She basically had to raise her voice some because they were not listening and did not want to do as she requested. So she had to get a little bass in her voice to let them know that she meant what she was saying and to stop it. And I didn't watch the whole video, but that was that was on that SLBT TV or something. And so they just played the video of the important part, which was that what Bree dropping down, saying what she had to say, and what she requested of her supposed friends. So that was that. Let's see. I didn't watch Jay Wilson. Dobie had a title of the video this morning was very much puzzling, and it was puzzling because it said something about rebuke Jesus and rebuke the devil. And when I seen that, I was like, rebuke Jesus? Wait a minute. And that's what made me click on the video. Because I was like, now I know doggone well W ain't rebuking Jesus. But after I stayed in there a few minutes and I guess I caught the good part, is where she was trying to explain that it was her title. The reason she titled it like that, she was repeating something that who was it? I'm trying to think. It was somebody, I can't remember what content creator I think it was, that had said that. And like I said, I came in just when she started talking about it, when she said that part. So I don't know what that person meant when they wrote that. But I think the title was, she knew what she meant, but she just wrote it wrong. She had that chat shook when they seen that title, and they decided to come into her chat to see what the hell she was talking about. talking about rebuking Jesus. Oh, Dobie, I tell you. Dobie may be one of those people that write the way they speak. Write the way she speak. Let me see. She was in there being dramatic, as always. And talking about her, telling people about the cruise. And I don't know where they going. And I thought I seen something that said Labor Day. So I guess that's when. I don't know where. So that's on W. Let's see. Nothing today on Spilly Boy and Nika. I know Sean Burley been going live quite a bit, calling out and talking about Spilly Boy. Let me see. Yes. Tracy had a video. I don't watch her videos, but I do see the title when I get the notification. But I don't forgot what her title was. And I think was that today or last night? I can't remember. But I didn't watch it, so I can only tell you about what's in the title. But I can't even remember what was in the title on that one. But I guess Rob Rack's friends over in the black sector and the conscious sector may have thought that he was going to get bonded, help be able to bond out. But I guess they were shocked. But I already said in my last video, he got lucky the last time. But he wasn't going to have no luck this time. It's mainly because when a judge come back before them in only a few days, they're not going to be a happy camper that they take a chance on you to let you get out on bond. And you right before them again. And like I said in my last video, the judge is going to consider him a danger to society, which he is. I said that too. So, and that same behavior, that same pattern of behavior will not get you far with an attorney. And I think they said his next court hearing is February the 27th, I think. February 27th. So, we'll see his next court hearing is going to be about, let's see, because he don't have a bond, so his next court hearing should be his sentencing, what the judge is going to sentence him to. From my knowledge, he probably will have to serve. Like I said, I don't know everything, but I do know some things. But and it depends on the judge and what he chooses to give him. But usually, if you break your probation, violate your probation, you will have to serve whatever time that the judge gave you for, not this time, but the last time. And he gave you a 3-year probation. Yet you broke that probation. So you'll have to serve that 3 years, if not more. And it could be less. It's up to the judge. He can definitely go by the penalty for the crime that you committed. He can go by you breaking probation. He could go by the penalty for the crime that you committed. Or it could be his discretion. So no one really knows, if he'll have to serve the 3 years, or will he have to serve, or will the judge give him less time? Never know, but I'm just about sure he's going to serve some time. And so hopefully he's ready for that. When they pulled him out of that bullpen to go back to jail, go back to his cell, he was probably really having some thoughts. Because if he thought his public defender was going to be able to help him get out of that, I could tell you, and I think I did tell y'all, that absolutely the DA couldn't help you. No way DA would be able to help you with that. It's sad, but you had just proven to the court that you're going to be habitual criminal, basically, like I said, habitual offender. And hopefully, while he's in there, and like I said in my last video, that the judge could possibly, that's if they have, which, no, I'm not doubting that they have, Miss Wendy, they probably have the same thing, which the judge can, somebody had said yesterday that the judge could ask him if he want to go to like a rehab. Usually the judge, when you are a habitual offender, especially if he's got an interlock device on it, he had interlock device on his car to keep him from driving drunk. He's had to have quite a few drunk driving DUIs or DWI, whichever one he got. When you have those and you have to get an interlock device on your car, that tells right there, that let the judge know that you have an alcohol problem. And not this time, but the last time he showed up again drunk. And this time he was drunk. So that's 3 times. So the judge could possibly, I'm saying possibly, nothing I'm saying right at this moment is fact. Because it depends on the judge and the state. Because I'm in a different state. and I don't know California laws, but the judge can not only ask him, do he want to go to rehab, the judge can demand and force him to go to seek help. And they have a department that they call drug and alcohol counseling. No, drug and alcohol court. That's what they call it. And the judge can say, I'm going to send you to drug and alcohol court. And that takes him out of the civil and criminal courts and put him in the drug and alcohol court. And it is very much not, those judges are not lenient. They don't take excuses. You have to follow their orders or they'll kick you out. You cannot drink, you cannot do drugs, you cannot commit crimes, you cannot have any traffic violations. If you have any traffic violations, if you have warrants out for your arrest, you must clear those warrants up. You have to go and get yourself put on a payment plan, or you have to go and sit yourself out in jail. Go to jail and sit those tickets out, those warrants out. That's if you go to drug and alcohol court. Let's see what else they have to do. And they have to go to meetings. Many of them, not just Alcohol Anonymous. Alcohol Anonymous. Not just that. Not just NA, Narcotic Anonymous, but other classes that's going to help them succeed and stop drinking and drugging, all that. It truly helps people that have those issues. So the judge can demand or force him to go.